Good morning. My name is Rob Kaiser. I'm the publisher of Greater Wilmington Business Journal. Welcome to the second Power Breakfast for 2010. We have an excellent panel with us today to talk about the recent federal health care legislation and how it's likely to affect companies and employees. To ask a question today, please text it in or have somebody at your table text it in for you. The number to send text is in your program. It's 910-233-7946. Make sure you include your name and your table number on the text. I'll ask some questions from up here, but for as many of the questions as we can get to, we'll bring a microphone over to you and let you ask your question directly to the panelists. Before we start, I'd like to thank the organizations that make this Power Breakfast series possible. You'll hear from our two presenting sponsors in a minute. They're Cusick Financial Group and Carlisle & Conlon. And our corporate sponsors are A&B Personnel Services, Cranfield, Sumner & Hartzog, First Federal, Genesis Global, McGuire Woods, North Carolina Ports, PPD, RSM McGladrey, Smithmore Leatherwood, UNCW's Cameron School of Business, U.S. Cellular, Wachovia Bank, and WILM TV. If we could please have a round of applause for all of our sponsors. Now we'll hear from Pat Cusick of Cusick Financial, and then Brian McMurdy of Carlisle & Conlon.
Well, good morning. You're awake out there. I'm Pat Cusick, president of Cusick Financial Group. We're an independent financial services firm affiliated with LPL Financial, member FINRA and SIPC. For more than a decade, Cusick Financial has been providing our clients with conflict-free financial planning services, investment advice, and asset management services. We invest your money right alongside ours. And needless to say, our clients benefit from some very careful planning. Many of you in the room today and on the stage as well are responsible for your company's retirement plans and are aware of the fiduciary duty that goes with that. If your financial professional has been in regular contact with you, provided you and your employees with information and education during the past several market corrections, and generally provided you with outstanding service, that's fantastic. That's what your financial advisor is supposed to do. If, on the other hand, you've seen little of your advisor and you're one of the many companies with retirement plans that have fallen by the wayside, then we need to talk. Maybe, as they say in the world of medicine, you need to get a second opinion. And last year during the Power Breakfast series, many of you saw me get on my soapbox and talk about honesty and integrity and ethics. And at the last Power Breakfast, we began building a financial toolbox and discussed the first tool, the level. My assistant, Vanna, will help me today. Being fiscally responsible for our retirement plans and our employees and our organizations requires regular checkups, just like our bodies need regular medical checkups. Regular evaluations of your retirement plans and rebalancing and adjusting is similar to the way our tool for today works on wood, and it's called a plane. The plane makes minor adjustments so that systems and parts work well together. It smooths out edges and provides a nice finish, no bumps or rough spots, just like the regular checkup does for your investment portfolio. The plane requires patience, calculated precision, and a keen eye for detail, just like the regular maintenance of your investments. If you're physically well, it's probably partially due to the conscious decisions and choices that you've made about eating right, exercising, getting regular checkups, and doing healthy things. And if your retirement plans are on track, it's much for the same reasons. It's about regular investing, regular checkups, deciding to live within your means, and being committed to a healthy retirement plan. And it's about using our plane to smooth out our plans, making adjustments as we go. If your retirement plans seem a little anemic, cause you acute or chronic pain, and even keep you awake at night, then it's time for a second opinion. Dr. Cusick is taking new patients. Thank you.
Morning. How about this place? Again, look at this place. This place is packed. And I got to tell you, this just doesn't happen. Rob and Judy and the entire Wilmington Business Journal team go to a lot of effort to not only put together a great panel like we have this morning on interesting topics, but getting people like you to come out and join us. As many of you know, I spend a lot of time up in the Triangle during the week, and there's nothing up there like this. People can't believe that 600 of Wilmington's movers and shakers get together every 2 months to network and to learn from speakers and panelists like we have today on interesting topics. And I got to tell you, I hope that you appreciate what the Wilmington Business Journal is doing for us, because this is a great event and we're glad to sponsor it. As I mentioned, I live in Wilmington, and I have a lot of business here, but I have a lot of business up in the Triangle area, and now I spend about half my time up there every week. And the thing that allows me to have is clients here, but access to a lot more candidates, really qualified candidates up in that marketplace who would love to live here. It's kind of tough on my family, but it's a good thing for our clients who are here. I'm bullish on America. And I've told that to you all for the last year, gotten up in a microphone and said that for a long time. And I think that this time around, executive search, professional search is a leading indicator, not a lagging indicator. And I'm seeing unemployment dropping. It's still 9.7%, still too high. It's going in the right direction. In May, we had 41,000 new private sector jobs. People were disappointed. That's the 5th month in a row we've added jobs. Last year, we were bleeding to death. People were getting laid off like crazy. So the trend is right. For those of you in the marketplace, the unemployment rate for college-educated management people is still 4.5%. And that includes the kids who just came out of college. So we're absorbing jobs. And people like us are getting jobs. Market's good now. Last Power Breakfast, I mentioned a word to you. The word is retention. And what I told you is that over half of your employees were ticked off at you. They've been working their tails off, they're working long hours, benefits are being cut, bonuses being cut. They were mad at you, and they're going to look for opportunities. That's happening now. It was something to tell you to be aware of last time. Now it's happening. May 26th, Wall Street Journal article indicated that people are actually moving. A year ago, 6 months ago, people were afraid to move. They didn't want to be the last one into a new employer and be the first one out if they had a layoff. Now they're moving. They're talking to recruiters in earnest, and they're accepting roles. So when you go back to your businesses today, remember that. You've got some really good people on your team that you need to retain, and the way to retain them is to show them the future that they have with you and to thank them for what they've done for you so far. We're busy. That's a good thing for America. When we place people, we usually move them. That means we're going to be buying houses and selling houses, and I think next year is going to be pretty good for the residential market because of that. My friend Jeff Stocks from Manpower is with me today, and he's busy too. We place people in different kinds of roles, and we're both slammed. So despite what you hear about Europe, and you hear about the commercial real estate market, and you hear about the government debt, and you hear about the impact of healthcare reform on our country, we at Carlisle and Collin are still bullish on America. On behalf of Don Alexander, our Vice President of Life Sciences, who's with me today, and Joe Lucas, our Director of Accounting and Finance, and our entire Carlisle and Collin team, we hope that you enjoy this morning's Power Breakfast and that you're able to walk away with just a few nuggets of value to you and your team. We're glad to be your sponsor. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian and Pat.